Taking my heart like it really is, 'cause I can't take another no. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can holding me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. I got my lows, I got my highs, moving them close to my goal. Time is now, place is here to rest, filling the holes of my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
What is up, people of the internet? I am pumped, stoked, and excited. That song always gets me in the mood to do anything because I just love it. I see, I like, I go, I get. And every now and then we have a season of change in our life where we just need to be reminded, like, no one can hold you back except for yourself. And if somebody else is holding you back, it's time to sucker punch them to the face and get to the finish line. But in a friendly, Christ-like manner. Maria, how are you today?
Oh, I am so happy to be here. By the way, I really like that photo of me. Yeah, it looks so
Yeah.
great.
You kind of look like a character from The Legend of Zelda. I think the first
Yes.
time I saw it, I was like, is that even Maria? It's so cool.
Anyway, thank you so much for having me. And I know you're a little bit nervous about watercolor. This is gonna be. Yep,
I
a
am.
lot of people do the same thing because watercolor is, from what I have investigated, one of the hardest mediums.
Oh, great. Great. So it's the violin of the art world.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I am. So Maria asked me earlier if I've ever dabbled in if I've ever done watercoloring before. And I've kind of dabbled with it. You know, as kids, we have it. We just treat it like regular paint. I've tried doing some stuff, but because I'm typically an acrylic oil painter, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about how to do this. And so I let her pick what we were going to do. Then she threw some, options at me. So I don't know if you guys can see, but we're going to be working on some koi fish here today. And we're going to try to get that done. Maria is not only a fantastic watercolor artist, colorist, she's also a storyteller by trade. And so her links are in the description box down below, where you can find. Also, somebody requested her Amazon wish list. If you're in the chat, it is there just for you, along with mine. But anyway, I want to say hello to people that are here, like Elsid Barrett, TD, and the lovely Miss R2
My gosh, lovely to see you, Mrs. R2.
It's
been a long time. It's been a long time.
It's been a lot. But we've pulled Maria out of hibernation from the internet because she's decided to invest and involve herself more in the real world. And so it's always a pleasure. Although she does frequently come on the channel for the art party that we typically have at the end of every month. I noticed that I have yet to send out my invites. And I need to do that because the end of February is upon us. So be sure to check out those videos if you're just looking for a fun art channel to hang out with people and folks. Jacob Ironside says, hey, y'all. So, all right. Typically, I bring YouTubers on here to teach me how to paint, or I bring them on here so I can teach them how to paint. Today, we're switching it up. So, Maria, tell me, and the other folks on the other side, what all do I need? Obviously, I have my picture or my canvas, if you will, and I have it taped down, although it's fighting me. I have little cups of water. I didn't know how we're supposed to do this. Is that okay?
Fine. That's perfect.
We're off to a good start. Yes. I did bring a towel, but Maria informed me that a paper towel was better. So
yes,
I have that. So far, I'm an A student. And then
we're going to see if you're an A+.
Okay. I'm nervous. I'm nervous and I'm going to spill this water. So I have a whole bunch of brushes, but I'm not positive all the ones that we use. I know
No.
that. So.
Okay, so the typical brush for watercolor kind of looks like this, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
that's what the type that you're looking for. So I can see that the red ones, the ones that you have your hand right there, those are typical watercolor brushes. And I have
Never been used. Look how pure they are. Pure
Yeah.
as the driven snow. They are very stiff though. That's not.
Yes.
They're not very moving.
So the thing is that you have usually they come with a glue, so you have to wash them.
Oh.
Okay, that was just gross.
I didn't lick it. Okay.
So
right.
yes, you have to wash them a little bit with a little bit of soap and a little bit of water. You can use cold water or even like warm water, but don't use hot water. This one is actually my favorite brush, which is one that you have somewhere like there.
I think
I don't know about you, but I do have my favorite brushes that I end up using like a whole lot.
I feel bad because if these are our watercolor brushes, I have used this one before, but not with watercolors. It's like
that's fine.
Oh,
Some brushes
okay
are for all mediums. So I do have, for example, my set of fine detail brushes right here.
I love me a good detail brush. Rolling Chairs is in the chat as well. Hello.
Very nice. So these are detail brushes that are actually I haven't used yet. Very, very small, and they are for all types of mediums. So it can be used for acrylics, watercolor.
To say these are like my favorite with this grips. A subscriber sent them to me, and I love these. But the funny part is I never hold it. I really don't hold it by the grip. When I get detailed, it actually helps to have the thicker part of here to rest in between here. It's so funny. Yes. I think it's meant to be this way, but I don't really hold it that way.
No, it's true. Usually when I go into detail when I draw or when I paint, I also end up going like very, very into like the paint or the brush. Sorry.
So what about my soft flat brushes? Do you use those?
No, I don't use soft. Personally, I don't use soft brushes. You can if you want to, but it's going to be a little bit harder to work with the color. So
you mean with flat brushes or
no, with soft ones, very, 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 very soft ones. So here, this is my flat brush.
Okay.
That I use for like big, huge, So it is soft.
Okay. So, but we're not going to need a flat brush today. So I put my brushes...
actually, no, yes, you can use a flat brush because we're going to use two techniques here. Right. We're going to be using wet on wet and then dry on wet. So wet on wet, what does it mean? So the
see my face?
Yeah.
I understand wet on dry. I don't understand.
Wet on dry.
Okay, I do get that. I get that, but like wet on wet is just wet.
It's true. Okay, so let me give you an example of what is wet on wet.
Hello, Retro Collective.
So this is something that I did yesterday. Actually.
Oh, hang on. Let's enlarge it.
Okay.
Oh, look at that happy little turtle. Right? I like that shell. Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn it around so that everybody can see it like this. That's how it's gonna be, right? So this technique is actually wet on wet. So what it does is that you wet actually with clear water the paper, and then with the watercolor, which is also wet, you dab. So it creates a nice texture of water,
Okay.
And that's what
kind of makes it bleed more, basically.
Exactly. Bleeding is essential for watercolor.
Oh, it's going to get violent. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Oh, okay. A friend gave me this for Christmas that has like all kinds of art supplies in it.
So pretty.
A bunch of them I don't know how to use. Well, coloring pencils I do. I tried using these oil pastels on our last art party.
It did not
horrible, but I do have these are the only watercolors I have.
That's
okay. Let me take the lids off. Oh, I can take, which is nice because I can take the little pods out.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're cooking with peanut oil.
Unless you're allergic to peanuts.
Yeah. Boiled peanuts are fantastic, by the way. But anyway,
Yes.
so what am I doing?
So what we're going to do is the basics of watercolor is layers. And the most important thing is to find out what you want to keep white. Okay? Because it's usually from light to dark. I don't know how it is with acrylics. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in watercolor, it is the most difficult medium because once you put on the paper, put it on like the color, you can only take it off so much.
Which makes sense because you're essentially dyeing the paper. Okay.
Exactly. You're staining the paper and you're letting the color, create the shapes and the things that you want.
Okay. So
that's the whole idea.
Okay. I don't have a colored reference in front of me.
That's also always a good idea to have.
You didn't tell me to do that.
Well,
I was gonna follow you.
Well, you can follow me. I mean,
I'll just follow you.
And I am going to have
a reference.
Yes, a reference, because I usually work with references.
Brett, we are going to be attempting some koi fish today. We're doing the watercolor. If you didn't hear that already. All right. So what do I do?
So we're going to be painting a couple of koi fish. For those of you who did not see, I'm not sure if I'm going to try to turn off this, see if they can actually see the. There they are.
They're hiding.
They're hiding. So this is a very typical thing in which we have a koi fish in a yin yang style, right?
Right. Exactly.
So that's what we're going to be painting today. I'm just answering one of the questions that are in the chat. There it is. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to wet all the areas that we want to create water with.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to try to bring up your example here. See if it's a little bigger.
Okay. There it is.
Clap them cheeks says good over on Twitch. Says good. They are hard to tattoo.
Yeah.
Sorry, that name just kind of hit me. I don't know. It's always funny when you do these early tabs, though, listening to painting show while at work. Oh, well, thank you for being.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Okay. So I repeat your instructions, madam. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Now I lost my.
I'm nervous. I'm just so nervous.
Okay, so you can use your you can actually use your brush. But I recently, because I'm always learning, it's amazing. I recently found out that using a sponge, one of these art sponges, which is basically a sea sponge, is a lot easier if you want to wet everything. Okay, so let's first try with the brush. What you're gonna do is you're gonna
the flat brush. Okay.
The flat brush, because it's bigger, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wet everything that you want in like the sea type. Okay?
So everything that's the ocean or whatever.
Everything that's the ocean. So don't touch the koi fish. You're gonna make it nice and wet, because that's where.
Let me go back to this.
So I'm gonna try. I had my sea sponge somewhere, but when we were working
this is kind of hard because I see the reflection in the camera. I don't see it on my paper. And so I'm like,
is it actually painted? Yes. No. So you are
visible paint, everybody.
There we go.
I'm nervous.
I told you in the chat before, it's like I don't promise anything.
What? I expected phenomenal results. I expected you to take me to new heights. I want to be better than I was yesterday.
I have the screenshot of saying I do not promise anything.
I didn't see it, so that's not my fault.
Okay, so once we have what we want,
this is probably the easiest portion, but I'm nervous that I'm messing up getting the paper wet.
No, it's fine. It is the easiest portion. And we use the flat brush because it's a lot faster, basically.
Well, yes. The same thing in acrylic.
So anything that is fast. So that's the thing. So watercolor should be fast. It should be very quick. It shouldn't take you very long. So the next thing that we're going to do now that we have that wet, okay, is we're going to dab it, our brush, we're going to dab it in butter, and then we're going to choose like a nice...
We're going to dab it in butter?
In water.
Oh, I was like, you didn't tell me to bring butter.
Okay, that's gross. Well, I did see once a person who was by accident, she was drinking hot chocolate, and then she was actually, you know, painting and put her brush into the hot chocolate like as if it was water. She didn't see it. She was...
It's coffee art, right? So,
Yes.
Okay, so all right, so what am I doing?
And we're gonna, so now we're gonna take our watercolor in a light shade of blue.
See, Mrs. R2 says I heard butter too. See, darn those Canadian Peruvians. Okay, so what color am I getting?
So you're gonna get like a nice water blue color. I don't know if you can see that.
I've got a nice selection here. The lightest of what I have.
And then we're just going to start dabbing.
Okay. Like this?
Yes.
Like we're treating it like it's makeup from Sephora. Every gram is precious.
Yes. So here's where you start like playing around with what type of brush you like, right? So you can use the flat brush, or you can use the one that I'm using, which is the
oh, okay. I'll just take
right. Sure. I mean, that's a thing with watercolor. It's kind of like a
preference.
Yes, preference and
okay. Is there? I'm sorry. I'm nervous.
There's no rhyme or reason.
Okay, so just swoop.
Just swoop and start dabbing all the places that we've had water. We can add a little bit more water. That'll give transparency to the watercolor. Although these watercolors that I got for Christmas, they're great for beginners, but I found out that if you add too much water, they start breaking up. So that's not a good thing. Yeah. So they're not the best.
Oh, you said this is supposed to be fast too, right?
Yes, this is supposed to be fast. Because obviously
okay.
Try to dab.
Oh, okay. No swooping, just dabbing.
No swooping, just dabbing.
Like this?
Okay. Yep, exactly.
Okay. But I really want to I think because of my acrylic background, I just want to smooth out these dabs.
No, don't smooth out any dabs, because this is going to give you the texture of water that we want.
Oh, right, because right now I kind of have the wind. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't like this.
Keep going at it.
I don't like it.
So here's the thing also.
Blotchy. I don't like it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Keep going. Keep going. You're going through the ugly process. There's an ugly part in the watercolor, and then I promise you it'll look gorgeous.
Every medium has that, but it's just like, so my preferred method of creativity, I love to blend. And so this is hurting my feelings. I don't
just keep going at it.
I don't
like Okay, try another brush. Try the
I kind of want to cry right now. Okay. All right. We'll try this bigger brush and see if this makes sense.
Try a brush like this. That is the rounded brush.
Yeah, I got that. Okay. Great. So now instead of having horizon lines, I have mountains.
Okay, now dab it with water.
Okay.
Now put it in. Just go in with water. Remember that you're creating.
That's what I'm doing.
Look at the method that I'm using, huh? I don't know if you can actually see.
Well, see, that looks good. What am I doing wrong?
Did you add enough water to the paper? Like, did you actually like really dab it in?
I don't know. You just said you just said put water on it.
Yes, exactly. Add water.
All right, we're putting a tab spin on it because this is uncomfortable. I can't. right.
I'd probably doing the same thing with acrylics. So feel.
Right.
Look
Oh,
at you.
I need to have you. Oh, why? How have I not had you on here to teach you how to paint?
Because you assumed that I did acrylics, maybe.
Probably. Maria, we're gonna have to remedy that.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, be thinking about what you want to learn, and then I'm gonna have my revenge, and I'll just be like,
Oh my god.
I'll be like, just dab it.
I don't know how to explain this even more. I'm just dabbing.
You have to try new things. Looks decent so far. I'm looking for perfection. So keep going. Tabitha, did you wet? Exactly. I didn't. I wet it. I didn't wet it. Apparently.
Yes. So I'm
okay.
not looking for perfection here.
Okay.
Because water is not perfect.
Of course it is.
Right. Right, Tabitha?
Right. But I just look. This makes me a lot happier than my dab. I will say.
Okay. All right. Then just do it.
It's all about my happiness on my channel.
So once you have your
I got half paper to still work with. Hey, it's supposed to be fast. Okay, in acrylic painting, it's not fast either. Okay, come on, like get it together. You're not the teacher today. Okay, I am stressed out.
I didn't know this was going to be so stressful for you.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a while since I don't know if I've ever had somebody teach me artwork. I mean, besides my mom, but that was different. It wasn't like the professional level. It's just, your mom teaching you your motor skills, right? Which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, like, kudos to your mom. She actually, she got you to be the artist that you are now.
Of course. I hope she's proud of what I'm doing right now. Oh, okay. And we'll just add some more water.
So now once you have like a nice base layer for your
and maybe back this up a little bit.
For your water, then you start layering like different tones of blue, or try to get it so that you have like different
my fish look like they're dead, floating in contaminated water.
That is so sad.
It is. Okay. All right. So now I'm adding a different blue.
Yeah. So just add different blues, different like hues of blue all the way around.
More water. More water. Hey, it's Dimaj and I'm here panicking. Maria's going too fast because we're supposed to go fast. I want to switch blues, although I got to switch it out. So I was using these two, but I kind of want to use this bluish green color over here. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
I think I'm going to go with you. I'm going to add some, I think this is phthalo blue, phthalo green.
Is there a particular area I need to apply this?
I would say try to do it in the corners. I personally like corners to be darker.
Okay, so like vignetting, essentially.
Yes, exactly.
Do we want to dab this again first?
Yes, try to dab it.
Remember the water. Okay.
Yes, remember the water.
But see, my paper's looking so weird.
Exactly, which is why I told you to tape it down.
I did.
And that's fine then.
Oh.
We're good.
Okay.
Now, if you don't like a part that is like too much paint, you can actually remove it by two techniques. You can take your paintbrush and just clean it off.
Okay.
And then you can essentially like take off the paint just to a certain extent. And then the other technique is with your with a piece of paper. Just to give it like some lights and some darkness.
It's just pooling in one area.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Pooling in one area, yes. So now I'm trying to see. Okay. Go a little bit faster. Add a little bit more water. Let me see.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, we needed this like sopping. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. Fine. Sopping.
Okay. We need to drench this.
Yes. Drench it.
Okay. And then after it's drenched, what do we do? Just keep adding the water?
Yes. Keep adding a little. We keep adding a little bit of paint, a little bit of water. Oh my gosh.
I didn't think it would be this hard, to be honest. I don't know what
makes it look so easy, doesn't it?
No. I never thought this looked easy. That's why I never attempted it.
What I don't like about this here is the fact that here I don't have any paint.
Okay, I've got to believe in what I tell everybody. Trust the system. Don't judge a painting or a picture until it's finished. It's just, this is honestly, I'm very tense because I'm very uncomfortable right now because I don't like this process is very bizarre to me. I think this would be the equivalent of somebody having to handwrite an essay with the non-dominant hand.
Okay.
Water.
Fair.
Okay. That's what this feels like right now. Trust the process, says Trust them cheeks. Don, hi. Just dropping in to say hello. My hockey team stinks. Needed a break. Well, thank you.
Who's your hockey team?
Water. More water, they say. Okay. But if I do that, then it just pools in little sections.
Okay, so just pull the paint around. Use the paint that you have there, pull it around. That's it. Yes.
Oh, so we swizzle. I can swizzle. I like swizzling.
Okay.
But I forgot. I'm breaking the rules. I'm starting to go over all the blue. I forgot. We're just trying to keep the darkness to the outside.
That's okay. Add more water and just start pushing the paint that you want out of the way. Push it. You can do that. Just don't. That's so weird. I've never seen this. I guess
swish and flick.
Swish and flick. Okay. So, okay. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you do your thing.
I know. I need help. You're the teacher.
Oh boy.
Do I add darker blues too?
If you want, you can add a darker blue.
Maybe this.
Yes, add more water. Exactly. That's the technique. There you go.
But it's just staying in one spot.
No, but don't move around. There you go. Uh-huh.
Oh, we're like stippling kind of.
Yes, exactly. Uh-huh. Move it around more. Spread it more. There you go. But don't like stippling, but spread it.
My brain.
Oh my gosh.
I did not think this would be this hard. Move, darn it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try a different color now.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a really dark blue.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if it hurts my feelings.
More?
Yeah. Just when I kind of thought I was getting it, I'm like.
I seriously like. Now it could be also the paint, Tabitha. So
it's not just me.
No. It can be the paint. So
yeah, I don't think this is a very expensive watercolor.
So we have something of a result like this.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Okay.
I have something like that.
Well, yes. It's gonna be fun.
Wow, okay. I don't have a vote of confidence, do I?
Okay, so again, I can't even I can't explain this. I just thought it was so easy. It's just like dab it. You soap it and you dab it. It's not hard.
Doing that, but it's but look, it's just making little dots. I look like I have mold in my water.
Mold. Do you have a bigger brush?
No, it's the biggest one.
Okay.
She's like, just
Okay,
you
don't
have
add
a
more.
bigger.
Don't add more paint. Try to
Oh.
work. Try to work with the water. That's why it's called watercolor. Okay, there you go. Okay, but all right now.
Trying to make it go up
Okay.
the hill. There's a dip here.
Yes, so that's what happens to the water, to the
I don't like that. I don't know.
oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, look, see, it's going in there, and now it's going over the hill. Is that supposed to happen?
Okay, so what you can do is you can try taking your piece of paper and just removing whatever that you don't want. You can try that, and that'll give you probably some light.
Just go cover the whole thing then.
Okay.
See what happens.
It is your channel. Oh, I like that texture.
Okay. I don't like that my paper's lifting.
It's true. That's how it is. That's how it is. These papers lift. I can give you an example while you're recuperating from your recent hurt of feelings.
So uncomfortable.
Let me see here. What happened? So I did one painting that I did not. Where is it? Here it is. So this is something that I did a long time ago, and as you can see, it's not straight.
Okay.
Right?
I think because I'm so accustomed to paper and canvas that this is like very hard. It's going against my nature.
So this is actually pencils that are watercolorable. So
okay.
But still, the paper went all array on me. Anyway, that's what happens when you. That's why we tape it down.
Yeah, well, that didn't seem to do much because it's all.
Well, it's mine is the same.
Oh, okay.
Not sure if you can see this.
Okay, I see a bump. Okay.
There are several bumps. Yeah. Okay. I actually like that texture right there that you have created with the paper. No, I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm serious. Okay.
Clapping cheeks. Actually, it's not bad.
Yeah, I told you.
I feel like I need to show people my body of work because it's like I am an artist. I can do good work. Okay, let me get you my Mr. T painting. I can do really good work. Okay, this is so far out of my comfort zone. I'm dying a little bit inside. But okay, what do I need to do now? Do I keep going?
So we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave the watercolor, like the
blue.
The blue. I think we're done with the blue.
Okay.
So that's the thing. So once we finish, we're done. You can go back, but I wouldn't suggest it because you would be putting on layers of dry, and that you don't want that. We wanted to work with wet on wet. So now we're going to work on the koi fish themselves.
Do you feel like I'm ready for that?
You better be ready because we're going in hard.
Retro Collective, it's not really so much about it being a perfectionist. It's really just not understanding how this medium works and trying to get it to do what I'm not even sure what I want it to do because I am so befuddled by what it's just naturally doing, and it's going against everything that I have learned in my years of painting. So like trying to make it look pretty, and it's like, and you swish and you collect and it's not working and it just pools. There's too many things happening at one time right now.
So here's another thing. Ouch.
I'm bothered by the fact that there's not a lot of so another reason I've never really gotten into watercolor is because I know I've seen some professional watercolors and of course that they not the contrast, but like the vibrancy of things depends on the kind of paint and product. But a lot of times because it's watercolor, it's too muted for what I prefer. I really like to saturate things and I love to blend. And so this is really hard for me to.
So what we did was we actually tried to blend the colors by letting them bleed together. You know, that was the whole idea with the watercolors. And if you see some watercolors on the internet, you're going to see that they're actually blobs, you know. So
And see, I'm not
that's the thing.
good with that.
So here, for example, I have this is one I did for a
Oh,
tutorial.
that's so pretty.
I'm really big on tutorials. Well, this wasn't a tutorial. This was more like a paint along. So the artist was painting and I just kind of followed. But I mean, we get to see the concept, but if you actually look very closely, they're very much blobs of
Yeah.
paint, right? With a
Yeah.
little bit of a shape, right? I really like the mountain, but when you get it's a impressionist.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Right. I've dabbled with that a little bit with impressionism in my own
Hmm.
paintings, but it's not my preferred method. And so
Hmm.
this, like I said, because it's like the paper's doing weird things.
Hmm.
I'm not totally in control, which I'm okay with in my own medium, but I'm not
Hmm.
totally in control of where the colors are going because they're just going this way and that way.
Hmm.
And we're supposed to go fast. Okay, when you like when you're doing a background in acrylic paint, I mean, it depends on what kind of background. I have painted really fast, but it's like water is so weird to paint anyway.
Hmm.
I do understand that it's kind of free form. There's no exactness necessarily
Hmm.
to water. I
Yeah.
think I'm just a little overwhelmed by the process thereof. I'm not mad at the colors. I don't mind this now because I took off like half of what I put
Hmm.
on there.
Yeah.
And so
And
I
it
was like,
and it actually it's a really nice texture right now, you know. So
and I'm not
perhaps
mad
that's
about it. It's just
Mhm.
that it's very pastel and it's like,
Yes.
ugh, which
So
is not bad, but
what we can do is with the koi fish we can use more vibrant colors.
okay.
Okay. So with the koi fish, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go bit by bit. How about that? Okay. One fish at a
Logical
time.
Spock, this question I'll answer at the end of the stream. Just keep experimenting and trying.
Yeah.
I will. Yours is unique. And can you show more of your art? I will. If you stay till afterwards so that we can get this on,
Hmm.
I'll whip out the
Hmm.
archives, the
Yep.
portfolio. I'm like, what's the word? I don't know. But anyway, so what are we doing? I'm switching brushes.
Yes. Well, you can switch brushes if you'd like. So so it could be a smaller brush. So what
Okay.
we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the fins alone because the fins we want to be white. And then
Okay.
we're going to work on like a gray scale so that it could be a little bit more defined. But we're going to work on the fish.
Okay.
And we're working on lights. The light is coming from the top. So that means that the middle part of the fish is going to be sort of white. And
Right.
then the
Palest.
sides, the sides are going to be the orangey type yellowish that koi fish are very characteristic of, right?
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to dab in water, just clear water.
I've already
Okay.
messed up. Hang on.
All right.
Okay.
The one of the sides of the fish.
I have blue water. I need clear water. Hang on. I'm gonna switch out my
Yes.
cups. I'm gonna switch out my cups. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a green fish.
That'd be interesting.
That would be my algae-ridden pool here. Okay, so we're doing the same thing. We have to wet the paper
We have to wet the paper
in
just
only the areas we want color.
exactly.
And that those areas are the body of the fish, not the fins. Does that
Not the
include
fins.
does
Yes.
it in the tail? No, as well.
No, not the tail, because the tail
Just
is also going to be white.
Okay, just the.
Okay.
I forgot to erase my lines a little better, but
That's fine.
This is my first go.
Okay. Well, this is also my first go at koi fish. I've never done koi fish. Then we're going to go for orangey type color.
Okay. And I don't understand how I'm supposed to dab in such a tiny space. Although if I dab, I guess it will make it look kind of like scales.
Yeah. So here's where it kind of bleeds in to the fish.
Oh, it's coming out of bounds. Excuse me. I can't help but stroke.
And then afterwards, with a little bit of white clear water, then you're going to go a little bit to the top, but you want to clean your brush because you don't want the whole thing like orangey.
Okay.
You want the sides orange, very like a deep orange, but you want the top part. And this is where the paint is starting to break up, which is why this.
Oh,
paint
you
is
have
not good.
a lot more vibrant than I do. I'm taking baby steps here. Okay.
Once you're more comfortable with what you have, then you can add a little bit more like intensity to the orange to the sides.
Excuse me. Sorry, my throat. All this laughing and got me shook. Got me going with the phlegm.
And just baby steps, pushing the paint to the middle, if you want to put it that way.
Okay. Kind of got like goldfish camouflage going on right now. Okay.
You can add a little bit of a yellow to it also.
Oh, we're adding colors.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Okay. That's what they say. That's what they said about Nom. Let's see. I have 2 different oranges, so let me see about adding some more of this vibrancy to.
I can totally see my colors that are breaking up. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see this, but this is what you get when you.
Oh.
It's actually breaking up, like the colors. The paint
is that good?
No, it's not good.
Oh.
It's not good. That's why. But I work with what I have, so.
I mean, mine just kind of looks like it has a little Cheeto dust on it. I'm not mad about it, though. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe some yellow, like Maria said. Oop. Let's see. Chat, what do you think so far? Is it just kind of.
Let's see. Sorry, Jake. Maria, what is good all-around paper that you can watercolor or sketch with? Okay, so watercolor, you use cotton-based. Cold press is my favorite. You do have hot press and cold press. The difference is the ruggedness of the paper itself. The hot press is going to be a lot smoother, and the cold press is more like rough.
I like Elsa Barrett. He's like, well.
Elsa, can you put up your painting, please? Let's see.
Where's that? There it is.
Let's see. Okay. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah. So try to. What you can do is on the sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just add more. That's it. Add more intensity of a color.
Okay.
And just kind of let it bleed.
Poor fish.
I know.
Never had a chance.
That's it. That's good. If you do have like
if I do have what?
If you do have kind of white spots, that's fine as well, because that.
Yeah, I thought I would leave it that way. He says you're doing great. Got a thumbs up. Doing great. Cordial Watt says I like hot press.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad about my fish.
I
kind of like it this way. What else are we doing to this little fish?
Nothing else for now. Okay, we're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna work on the other fish. Again, clear water if you can, or if you don't have it, just the orangey water, so that you already have some sort of a base. You can use that, and just, first we're gonna work on wet.
Oh, right.
So start from the sides and go all the way up to the middle.
Okay.
And it's all about preferences also.
Right, of course, as you go along. I mean, it's the same thing you were asking, or you're saying, I don't know how it is with acrylic. Is it light to dark to light, or whatever? It does come down to preferences, because I have listened to professional painters And apparently in school you work, I believe it's from dark to light. I don't prefer to do that. I prefer to work from, honestly, from midtones
Oh, okay.
out. I like to have a foundation of midtones, and then I will enhance it with either highlights or shadows. Maybe that's not necessarily the method that they would teach you in school, but ultimately that's what works best for me.
Okay. So you can also work, you can do a little bit, not just to the sides, but just going in and out. Because also koi fish do have,
Like spots, right?
yeah, exactly. They do have spots. So that's what I'm actually doing now. And what I'm going to do with this one, with the one over here, is I'm going to make it black along with, we'll see how that turns out.
I think the difference is too is like your fish are bigger than mine, and so
That's true.
I think that is a
Add some yellow here.
now. See, I don't necessarily mind this like stippling effect for the little fishies because it kind of gives them the illusion of the scales. For the water, that was like kind of hurt.
But it's the same idea. The thing is that you had to move a little bit faster, and again, the depending on the type of watercolor that you have.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with alcohol ink?
No, I haven't.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I have worked with Chinese ink. I like that. So this is why I said that it's very fast, so I'm not even going to touch this anymore because I like the results.
Are you putting black on it?
No, not yet. So I'm going to have to wait until this is.
Yeah, I like this fish. She's pretty cute. Let me put just a little bit more.
And then you sell these for $1,000.
Sounds like a plan. Comes with anxiety-ridden stroke. I'm a little calmer now. Not much, but a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
My little chicken nugget of a goldfish. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna have to let these fish like dry for the time being.
Okay.
Like the fish themselves. So after that we're gonna be working on dry on wet with wet. So that means that the paper is dry.
Okay.
But we're working with watercolors, which is wet. So we worked on wet.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So it bleeds. Yeah.
So it bleeds. Now we're going to be working on dry on wet. So we can work on the fins right now, actually.
Okay. All right.
Okay? So the fins, we're going to use like a smaller brush, definitely, because what we want is like details.
Okay.
And we're going to be working layers. So it's from gray to black.
I have gray.
Okay.
I have gray. Okay.
So this one from gray to black. So this is where you want to define where your shadows are.
Aha. Okay. I need to watch you do this. Hang on. Let's enlarge that. I need to watch how we're doing this. This is
okay.
I know how I would do this if this was acrylic, but like.
So unfortunately, I do not have my paint is my watercolor is. Oh, that's fine. My water is all dirty now. So
yeah, same. Okay.
So I'm doing a little bit of like shadowing. So I'm going to use a gray color here.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we're just kind of giving the illusion of the fold.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. All right. I hear you. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, we'll go back to our first fish. So everything kind of.
Well, that's okay. I mean, mine doesn't really look good, but that's fine.
Well, I'm okay with that. We're not padding this though.
No,
right?
no. This is strokes and brushes.
Okay, I can do that. I think I can do that. And then we.
You can do it with the different fins that you have. You can just keep working on that.
Okay. I'm trying to imagine where these. I'm not the best with the folds, like with clothing and stuff like that. So
Likewise.
it's just kind of like going where the flow is.
Mm-hmm. We are going to be triumphant on this. I promise you.
I appreciate your vote of confidence.
Now you have it, huh? You've always had it, Tabitha. You just don't believe in yourself.
Well, I mean, could you blame me when we first started this? Let's see. All right.
Word of advice for anybody who does want to get into watercolor on a more like not professional level, but a more serious level. Try to invest on good watercolors.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm suffering with the watercolors that I have. It's not that I can't do things, but later on I'll show you guys what I mean when I say that it's disintegrating. Now it does look like scales, but still, it's like that's not what I was looking for.
Not the look we were hoping for.
No.
Now, see, this part, I don't mind it looking a little flim-flammy, like letting it just kind of go where it is. I think it's because I already have the foundation and then I can work with that. Before, it was like working flim-flammy, but I had no direction of where
it goes,
where to go. And again, water can be hard, but it was just like, I don't understand. And again, the process thereof with, having the paper wet and then getting the paper wetter and then having things pool on the paper. It's like, I don't understand. But Rolling Chairs, thank you, says, those are looking awesome. Mrs. Watts says, I agree. Probably with the with the pointing finger saying that looks awesome. Okay. I like how this is turning out. Now, am I doing this on the head as well, or save that for?
Well, that really depends on you. I did my heads completely orange.
Oh, you said we were just doing the body, so I separated that from the head.
No, well, you can also do the body, the head with just a little bit of orange and leaving like the head just white. Just remember that once you have color on the paper, that you won't be able to take that out,
Right. Okay. Well, let's just do something a little soft. There we go. The watercolor, I agree. Don't go cheap on it. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could almost say that with any kind of medium, right? But obviously, starting out, it's always good to not necessarily have the most expensive.
No, obviously not.
But yeah, when you start getting more into it, obviously you're going to start upgrading your equipment, your supplies. Okay. All right. I can work with that. Okay. And then we're going to go do the fins on other Mr. Fishy over here. And of course, Chad, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the like button if you've enjoyed the thrill of the chase.
Yeah.
My gosh.
It was a thrill.
Yeah. For some people. Oh my goodness. And also be sure to check out Maria's socials. They're all down there. And then possibly, for those who don't know, I am over on Kick and I'm doing video games now. And last night I played for 6.5 hours with some friends. Stayed up till 3 a.m., actually 3:30 in Pal World. But sometimes we're doing Fortnite. Got some friends that want to get me into Phasmophobia because obviously, since I handle watercolor so well, video games with ghosts is exactly where I need to be. So, whew. And but anyway, follow me over on Kick. All the links are down in the description box. Have a good time. Have a good time. There's lots of yelling over on Kick. Lots of yelling. So let's see. I kind of messed this up, but I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah, he's a little darker. That's okay. He's in the shadows.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll just pretend he's in the shadows.
I'm very like, oh, don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Right. It gets lost in translation. It's okay. Yeah, this one I'm having a little bit of a hard time figuring out where the light goes. That's okay. She's getting good. I'm getting somewhere. What do you do? The little tentacle whisker things.
Okay, well that's dry on dry.
Oh, okay. We don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
We don't do that. We have to wait until the paint dries itself. So the fins are actually very quick to dry.
Yeah.
So once you've finished off the shadows that you have, I suck at shadows. Sorry.
I like this one. This one's okay.
That one's beautiful. That one's really
this one
nice.
got a little. I kind of lost the lighting. Like I kind of did this backwards. Oh well, it's okay. It looks like a fish.
Once you finish that, we can go into the detail with the black and just kind of outline, just line out, that will give it definition.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you. Let's get a little closer, shall we?
Let's see if I can. Let's see here. Is this my black? Sometimes I get lost in my own paints.
Oh, of course.
I have my detailed brush right here, right?
Okay.
So I just kind of give it some definition.
Oh, okay. So, all right, just enhancing the shadows further.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did I put my detail brush? Here it is.
So
okay.
I'm just gonna go back to my reference page. Yes.
That I don't have.
That you don't have.
Somebody didn't tell me to have it on hand. To be fair, I copied this from a sketch, so even if I had the reference painting or picture, it would have just been black and white.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm nervous. I am so nervous. I'm more nervous than a termite in a yo-yo. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, because once you go black, you never go back.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can very quickly take it off with a piece of paper. So that's what I was doing.
Okay, more water. More water. It's okay. It's okay. See, I'm prepping you. You're going to teach other people how to do things, right? And so you got to be prepared for all the schizophrenic folk out there in your class.
So that is my fin right there.
Ah, nice.
So if you actually look at it, it's horrible. But if you look at if it is impressionism, so if you look at it far,
yes, impressionism is definitely meant to be looked at further away because then you don't notice necessarily details, but they all come together to be one cohesive image for sure. For sure. Okay. All right. So are you going to be doing any more unlocking lore over on your channel in the future?
So I'm kind of on hiatus right now.
Yeah, it's been like what, a year long hiatus?
No, it has not. I did the Cinderella, the Snow White one.
You did.
So, and that was because people wanted it.
Shandy says, I too am meant to be looked at far away. Some people, oh man, I've really messed up on this side. Let's see if we can. Oh, you were saying though?
No, that I did the Snow White
Okay, that was Jesus intervening right there. Woo! My paintbrush fell out of my hand with the black, and
Oh, really?
somehow I avoided. It flipped over and somehow avoided the fish.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Somebody's
stress!
taking care of you.
The Father's looking out for the children. Hallelujah. Now, I'm not much of an outline person, but this is kind of...
No. Well, don't try to outline too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it minimal.
I just messed up here, but that's okay.
Maria messed up.
I messed up a lot in this one. Don't think. Just
No,
not drama queen.
Well, some of us are nervous and just have to express it. It's like when you're doing karate, okay? And you just got to release that energy. Otherwise, you're going to die inside. So, okay. I think I'm okay with that for now. Are we doing eyes? Like
yes.
Black. Okay.
Black eyes.
Okay.
So that again, you can work with your black or your gray, dark gray. Just a little. I'm not going to say dab. Okay, I'm going to avoid that.
I'm a little bit traumatized by that word. Yeah. Here we go. Got some fish eyes. Have you ever eaten a fish eye?
No.
Okay, I would.
You would, but you've never eaten though.
I've never had the opportunity presented to me. That's not true. I what am I saying? Last year I went out to eat and I did. I had a fish at a restaurant and it came with the head and everything. And I decided to eat the eye, but it was very crunchy. It was like very overcooked.
Oh.
Or
okay.
I don't know if it was overcooked, meant to be that way, but it was very crispy. And the eye wasn't bad. It was just salty, but I couldn't tell if that's just how it is naturally or if they just seasoned it extremely. So, all right. So I've got some eyes on my fishies.
Oh I got my eyes on my fishies too. Don't like how that turned out, but that's okay. That's fine.
Exactly. Desubversion. That's why we hiya.
All right, so I haven't finished my fins on the other side, but I will let it go for now so that we can continue with your fishes. So now, well, you're almost done. I mean, if you want to add the black,
I did.
No, as in like black spots on your.
Oh, fish eye is best undercooked. I believe it. I would eat it. I'd give it a try. I'm sorry. So the black is for speckling the skin?
Yes. So I'm just going to try.
Let's all watch Maria. Ooh. Fish camouflage.
So koi do have sort of a camouflage effect here.
They reflect the sun so you can't see them. Okay, that's a bigger spot than I was anticipating. Whew, I'm nervous. All right. I'm going to give it a try. See, I just got the black spot. He looks like he's been cursed by a pirate. But maybe that's okay.
I think that's fine.
Okay, it's not so bad. It's okay. Come on. It's not so bad. No, I'm dabbing, chat. I'm actually dabbing. But I feel like that's appropriate because I'm wanting oogly moogly spots. So that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I just don't want him to look like a Dalmatian. When was the last time you saw a Dalmatian on the street?
Actually, I have a friend. She's still alive, but the dog is no longer.
Oh.
The dog is no longer with us. She had a Dalmatian named Porthos.
Oh, what a great name. Well, I had some friends back in the day that had a Dalmatian named Bandit. And But you know, that's not a dog that you see very often.
No.
Like I can't remember the last time I actually saw an owner of a Dalmatian. Well, or just the Dalmatian itself. Maybe I've seen the owners. I just haven't seen the dog. I don't know why. That dog breed's just not. Maybe Cruella got them all in the end. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this. Otherwise, it's gonna look like it's taken over by inverted leprosy. Hello, Anonymous. All is well now. Earlier,
It was.
I thought I was gonna need a therapist. I might still afterwards. My goodness, I might need to get some ice cream. Oh, so you're doing like bigger black spots. That's cool.
So I don't know how this is turning out, but
Got like a bodysuit on.
See,
Elsa Barrett says, I've never seen a Dalmatian in real life. Yeah, they're not common. I see more Great Danes than I see Dalmatians. Rolling Chair says, I saw a Dalmatian boxer mix. It had the build of a boxer, but the fur style of Dalmatian and blue eyes. Ooh, pretty cool. I bet that was very interesting. While I'm not a huge fan of crossing the breeds necessarily, that would be a really cool dog to see.
Okay, so we're almost done. We're gonna finish with we're gonna do a little bit. If you have a mouth, we can do a little bit of a detailed mouth.
Mine are at the bottom.
Okay.
They're like, I think these are like gold sucker fish.
Okay. So mine are actually also a little bit at the bottom. So I'm just going to.
Mine is so pale. These things look like they're falling through the clouds. They don't look like they're in water. I don't know what to do with it.
And then you can add, if you want, the
the whiskers.
The whiskers with just very light gray, I would say.
Okay.
I wouldn't go with black completely because it can be a little bit too dark.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go on my reference.
I'm gonna take this home to my mother and be like, "Can we put this on the fridge? Look what I did today." They look like little Chinese proverb gurus. You know, what's up with fortune cookies not having fortunes in them anymore? They're all proverbial now. I can't remember the last time I've seen a fortune cookie that actually had a fortune in it. It's all proverbs, right? It used to be something like, you know, goodwill, good fortune will come to you around the river bend, you know? Now it's more of like fortune favors the bold. Well, that's not a fortune. That's just like a saying or a proverb. And this has been going on for years. What did all the fortune tellers die? Did they all go into hiding? They get new jobs because time's hard. What's happening?
They probably got canceled.
We got canceled. That's what it is. Maybe telling people's fortunes. People,
Yes.
that's what people took it literally. They took it too seriously, and so we're like, you know, we can't do that anymore because we're getting sued by all these people that didn't get rich overnight. They look like nice koi fish. Well, thank you, Disa Virgin. Savage Talk says fortunes are racist. Probably. I mean, that's what that's what we're blaming everything on these days, isn't it? Misogyny and race. Yep. Well,
I'm just finishing my fin. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, I don't. I guess I take the tape off. I don't know.
Yes, you take the tape off.
The grand reveal, everybody. It's so pale. It's not a bad thing.
No,
it's not a bad thing. I know what, and that's the thing. Like watercolor, I know is like that as well. But especially looking at Maria's, it's like, wow. Of course, again, she has been doing this longer, and you got to trust the process. I'm not mad. I feel like this recovered well. But hang on, let's see what it looks like with a nice passepartout. I know it's not really a passepartout. It's just, it looks like it. That's what makes it look fancy. Let me take my, let me turn this sideways here. Let me move this. And
Sorry. There we go. I'll just finish it off.
No. You take your time. Let me lift this higher and higher. All right. I wonder if I like it better upside down. I do not. There is really no upside down to this,
No.
but soon fortune cookies will just be Taylor Swift song quotes. Probably. You just need to shake it off. Yeah. So, okay. So it's not, it's soft and it's cute. It would look great in anybody's grandma's bathroom. Maria's got hers coming. Let's have a look. It's always satisfying when that tape comes off.
Oh, it is. So satisfying. Be nice if it came off completely.
Oh, I know. I didn't get painter's tape. I used washi tape, which is not always efficient, but it worked really well today. Oh man, it looks so good. I do like, with that idea of the yin yang, the fact that one is darker than the other, that works really well. Man, that looks so good.
And there you go. You have your koi fish.
The whiskers. Oh, the one without the spots kind of looks like the Lorax.
Let's see yours. I didn't see the grand reveal. I'm sorry. Oh,
no, it's a little
that looks
blurry,
pretty nice.
Isn't it pretty nice? Yeah.
This is your first. This is your first watercolor as a professional artist. You have to admit.
I'm actually, it came out better than I thought. I would say, like, in my own personal preferences, I'm like the water I think needs to be more vibrant, but that's just kind of how I'm accustomed to it. So I don't think it's bad. I do think the fish kind of get a little lost in there. And but overall, I'm not mad about it. I think this one's my favorite fish. Don't tell this one.
So now what I do always is with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
With a Sharpie, I sign on the bottom right here.
Oh, okay. You don't sign right on the artwork itself?
You can if you want.
All right. I don't have a Sharpie, but I've got a pen, and maybe I'll do it in green.
Okay.
All right.
I can do it on the. I usually do on my mini ones. I do sign over it, but
I'm gonna brazenly put it in the semi-middle of my in the lower third
there you go.
Of mine. But I did it in green, so it doesn't stick out too badly. Not terrible. But there we go. Yeah, it would make a cute little postcard. Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Wish you were here.
I finished. One of the things that I did was I did a whole bunch of art. This is as you can see, this is like my portfolio where I've been keeping all my work.
Yes. Showcase that while I get my stuff to show the viewers.
Sure. Okay, so I'm looking at this computer right here, right? Okay, so I've been a little bit with an artist block lately, and it's been kind of terrible because I haven't had any inspiration with anything. But thankfully, I have been getting on. So, like, I think I already showed you guys. This is a paint along. You can find it on YouTube. And these do make really nice postcards. I had just finished this one again. Painter's block. This is just to get the paint going. This one was actually one of my first ones here. It's so
good.
So this was with watercolor pencils. So I'm not going to show you everything. I'll just show you.
I was going to say we have so much that we've created. It would be really hard to have to make.
Just a big bunch of blobs that end up being birch trees.
Let me see here. I mean,
I'm not really happy with this one though.
Well, for me, like, I love it. I love the colors. I love the contrast. I will say that the lantern is a little tilted, probably, or not tilted enough or something like that. But you could always say it's just buried in the snow.
Yeah. I did create postcards with these, which I sold.
Oh, yes, they're so
for
pretty.
Christmas.
I
for
was thinking that your stuff should be definitely should be
This one
available
is
to purchase.
this one is a mixture of
that.
watercolor
That's so
and acrylic paint.
cool. That's
Actually,
beautiful. You should consider having a shop and selling prints, Maria.
be nice.
They're good enough, and that horse is amazing. I love that
Well,
horse.
again, this one is a it's a tutorial, so I don't know how I can sell things that are not
Right, not
No,
original. I get
not
it.
original.
Well, just
So-
redo it, and it'll be different that time.
So
Just-
I am gonna work on this one here. This is a little parrot that I just like drew yesterday.
Oh, that's so cool. Are you gonna
So-
do that in watercolor?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So that's gonna be an original.
So here's one of my recent paintings, and we all know probably the story behind this one.
Oh, my gosh.
See, little spider. You guys got to go back and watch one of our art parties that I did with Maria, and you'll understand the story behind this one. But I'm mighty proud of how she turned out. One of the paintings. Now, I would love to attempt to do this again, but I just have not had the time. But my first portrait that I'm mighty proud of in oil paint, my first portrait when I just started out in oil paint was this one.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh,
That was gorgeous.
That was one of my first ones, and it was when I got into my phase of doing character crossovers, where I did Gina Carano as Elizabeth Bennet, because she said she always wanted to be one of those characters that came down the stairs with those big whooshy dresses. So I'm like, I'll do it, and I know I should take it out because you can't. The shine is kind of in the way, but let's see. There we go. It's better.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's so gorgeous.
I love the blues and the dress. I had so much fun. Obviously, still, if I did this again, it would look better because I've learned. I have learned so much. The skin color and everything like that is so difficult. I don't have my picture of Gary Nerdrotic. I learned so much. I have it. It's packed away. But I learned so much about skin tone. But had it not been for this process and messing up a lot, that I wouldn't have been able to learn from there. And then one of my friends, the Star Wars room builder, Ado, he really loved this painting that I just decided to do on a whim. It's Spider's Web.
That is beautiful. I've never seen this one.
I have a video about it actually from my earlier YouTube days of how I painted it. And I have like a little story that kind of went along with it, life lessons. I was inspired by a spider, but I was sitting outside and reading or whatever, and I look up in the corner, and where I used to live, there was the gutters or whatever like that that's attached to the house, and there was a space like I'm backwards. It was kind of like this, and so in that in between, the spider made a nest or a web, and it made sense, right? Yeah. It was prime location because bugs are always flying around right there. Well, the wind came and tore it down, and I went back outside, and the next day she had made it again in the same spot, location. And it was just kind of like, and then, so it was really windy that first day after she'd done all that work, and she still decided, no, this is where I'm going to plant my flag. And that web stayed after she did it for the second or third time, because it was a couple of days of wind. And it just kind of came to this idea, and that's what inspired this painting. It's just kind of like, if you're determined to do something and it's what you're supposed to be doing, it's like, it might not work the first time. And you get stronger, you get build better. I don't know if spiders learn how to be more resilient if they're choosing certain kind of real estate, and they're like, okay, we got to, all right, team, we got to enhance, we got to do a couple extra lines here and there. But that's kind of what inspired this painting. And then one of my favorite ones that actually is my own character design that I learned a lot from is this guy here.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah. Maria and I were like, this was the man that brought us together.
That's it. I was going to say that.
And it's a mix between spray paint and oil paint. And Nefaris, that's his name. So the background,
I remember him in sketch.
Yeah, in sketch form. And then I was like, I want to paint him. And I'm really glad that I did, because I learned a lot about anatomy and different colored paint. Eventually, I ran out of the paint that I did the body with. And so when I did the head, you'll notice he's a slightly different color. Yeah, slightly, but that's okay. And then One of my all-time favorites that I need to do better at preserving because some of the pieces are like getting scratched off is I pity the fool. I pity the fool. I pity the foolish. Oh, Mr. T as Sir Walter Raleigh. One of my absolute favorite paintings because I'm like, I got the forehead, I got the hair.
No,
I love it.
That's an amazing picture. Yeah.
I haven't painted in forever and I really miss it. And then of course I got Bernie Sanders meme with the mittens in his library with a little sad candle over there.
Oh my gosh.
Back when that was all the rage. I laughed my butt off on a lot of those memes. I loved it. But yeah, so you can see I can paint. Okay, I truly can paint. If I were to do this with acrylic or oil.
Hey, that'd be an interesting painting actually. If you did it in acrylic or oil.
It would. For sure. It would definitely be a lot more vibrant, but I'm happy with
No, it's very nice.
I don't know why, but I feel like it really needs to be this way because if it's this way, it's like they're swimming in the wrong direction. They literally look like they're upside down when I do it like this. For some reason, when it's like this, they're not. So.
Where's your signature? In what corner did you put it?
Down here.
Oh, right in the middle. Okay.
That's what I said. Boldly, brazenly. Slapped it on there. So well, everybody, thank you so much. Lovely Mr. T. That's right. That's right. No. So I want to thank Maria so much for enduring me during this process. And I want to thank everybody for enduring me during this process. And it worked out. It turned out. It's pretty cool. It's good. It's nice. I think every artist needs to go out of their element and learn from somebody else. And just try to stretch a little bit and see what else you're capable of. And maybe it's a medium that you would discover that you would enjoy. I could see myself maybe doing this in the future if I'm sitting somewhere and I have nothing to do and I'm waiting for a train. But thank you, Jacob. But I can definitely say I'd rather stick to colored pencils and paint. But I learned something. I learned what makes me very uncomfortable, and that would be dabbing watercolor and pooling colors. But guys, I want you to be sure to check out Maria's channel, even though she says she's kind of on her hiatus right now, so there's not new content at the moment on her channel. You should definitely check out her channel just for her creativity and her skills in storytelling. Be bold, but not too bold. One of my favorites. I even got the sweatshirt.
Yeah, you got
and check out her Amazon wish list for those that were interested. All of that is down below in the box. And of course, you can find all of my socials and different things like that. Catch me later on Twitch. Excuse me. Catch me later on Kick, as I'll be streaming some games later this evening with some friends. Looking forward to that. And I've got some more videos coming out on this channel as well soon. My time at MegaCon. How can an introvert navigate a Comic-Con? You really want to go, but you get overwhelmed by people and you get overstimulated. How can you navigate that? I will be your tour guide. I will be. So, but anyway, any last words, Maria, before we head out?
Never give up. Never surrender.
All right. Well, and with that.